This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Looks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatwood, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas, with Crocan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. Well, good evening, Trojan fans, and welcome out to Northern Lynn County here at Prairie View High School. Again, a beautiful night for high school football here in eastern Kansas. I think I see one cloud, maybe two in the sky, Jess, but we've been blessed with good weather once again, and thank goodness because we're out here in the elements. And hopefully everything holds together for this broadcast here tonight as the Trojans get set to take on the Prairie View Buffaloes. Both teams, they're the top 2 teams in Kansas Class 3A District 2. Both teams coming in with a 4-2 record, so looking for a good game here tonight. We'll break this one down a little bit more as we move into the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. And all that coming up right around the corner. We got a good one on deck tonight here from rural Lacine, I think is what you would call this, the outskirts of Lacine.
West Lacine.
West Lacine, yep. Yeah. So we got a good one anyway coming up on the other side of the break. We'll step away for a quick minute. We come back, we'll have the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, take a look at the area matchups, get you your keys to the game, your starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff from here in Prairie View. A big game tonight for the Trojans as they take on the 4-2 Buffaloes. All that coming up right after this. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Crocan's Gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Crocan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Crocan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Welcome back to the sticks of Lynn County, getting set for the Trojans to take on the Prairie View Buffaloes. Both teams coming into tonight's game 4-2. They're the top 2 teams in Kansas Class A District 2. This is the Community National Bank & Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank & Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank & Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, we talked about it earlier, Jess, a beautiful night for high school football, and the Trojans will be happy that this is a turf field.
Yes.
Not out there running through the hay meadow tonight, and I would think that we'll see a lot less of the turf monster tonight for the Trojans.
Yeah, I agree. That it's always nice to play on turf, and, of course, turf's not new anymore.
No.
But I was out there walking on that field, and this is a fairly new field, and this turf's actually a little shorter, maybe even a little faster than ours, but it is really, really great facilities out here.
And 2 very similar teams. We'll talk about that more as we get into our keys to the game. Both of these squads are going to try and do almost the exact same thing to each other tonight, and it's just a matter of who can do it better.
Yes.
And we'll address that a little bit more. This just one of many games going on around the area tonight. Let's take a look at our area matchups brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. All right, going on around the area tonight, Atchison at 5-1 is at 2-4 Parsons. 3-3 Burlington is at 4-2 Iola, and we've played both of those teams. That'll probably be a pretty good game tonight in Iola. If you just happen to be driving through town, might stop at Riverside Park and catch some of that one. 1-5 Anderson County on the road to take on 3-3 Santa Fe Trail. And in a big one out of the old SEK League, I know it's not the same as it used to be because Pittsburgh's independent, but Pittsburgh at 4-2 on the road to take on Chanute at 5-1, and Chanute's only loss is to 2A powerhouse Nemaha Valley. They've beaten a lot of teams this year, and they've really gotten the better of Pittsburgh the last few years, so that's a game that the Purple Dragons really want to win because in that 5A state bracket, you're a heck of a lot better off being a 2-loss team than a 3-loss team going into the postseason. 2-4 Erie on the road at 5-1 Colgan. You kind of got to give the Panthers the nod in that one. 6-0 Humboldt taking on 0-6 West Franklin. Independence at 0-6 is at 3-3 Labette County. 5-1 Mulvane travels to 2-4 Coffeyville. Fort Scott at 3-3 hosts Circle High School. They come in at 2-4. Crest at 4-2 is on the road tonight in Moran, taking on Marmonton Valley at 5-1. And for small school football, that'll probably be a pretty good game tonight there in Moran.
8-man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Baxter Springs at 1-5 is on the road to take on 2-4 Neodesha. That ought to be competitive. St. Paul at 2-4 is at 2-4 Waverly. And 2-4 Uniontown's at 2-4 Pleasanton. 5-1 Columbus at 6-0 Frontenac. And that's one to kind of keep your eye on tonight. Frontenac's had a great season under head coach Leon Miller, back for his second tour there in Frontenac, and he's got them playing very well, especially on the defensive side of the football. We'll see if Columbus can find some cracks in that defense tonight. Southeast at 0-6 is at 3-3 Jayhawk Lynn. They're coming off a loss to Colgan last week. Caney Valley 3-2 is at 3-3 Galena, and 3-3 Riverton hits the road to take on 2-4 Fredonia. Those are the looks at the games going on around the area tonight. If you're at any of those games, you know the scores, feel free to text Jess Murphy because everybody has his phone number apparently, and let us know some score updates. We would love to know and share it with our audience. We'll step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our keys to the game, get you your starting lineups as we inch closer and closer to kickoff. It's about 24 minutes away here in northern Lynn County. I keep thinking that I'm going to say the name of a town, but there's no town. There's just a school and the woods.
On top of a hill.
On top of a hill. And that's where we are, on top of a press box, on top of a hill in the woods. And we'll be back right after this. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here. Hi, I'm Eddie. 2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back. Prairie View High School here in Lynn County. Trojans getting set to take on the Prairie View Buffaloes. And even though there's several games left in the season, it's senior night here at Prairie View because the front of their schedule, I guess, was pretty home game heavy, and the back end is going to be largely a road trip for them.
There's only 1 game left on the regular season schedule.
I guess there is. Time flies, Jess.
Man, that's
Time
fast.
flies. Of course, next week going to be senior night for the Trojans in Girard as they welcome in the Anderson County Bulldogs. And Trojans probably expected to win that game. Most teams have against Anderson County this year. And Trojans hopefully take care of business tonight, could take care of business next week, and then look forward to a run through the playoffs. And we were talking about it during the break, Jess. Cation not doing the weird East-West stuff this year. It's just based on record. Like, where was that the last, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Where was that, right?
Yeah.
When we were 10-0 going into the playoffs and had to travel because we were 10 feet east of another school or west of another school.
Drive to Holton.
It's an injustice. That's all I can say. A disservice to the athletic community of Kansas. And we're glad it's not that case this year. So when we look at the keys to the game, Jess, tonight, these two teams so similar in what they want to do. You were down the field talking to the coaches. They probably said much the same.
Yep, the conversation I had on the field was very simple. It was Prairie View's coach told me, plain and simple, if you want to see a mirror image of one another, watch this game, because the difference between Prairie View's offense and Girard's offense, Girard runs everything kind of out of the pistol, where Prairie View's going to be up under center. And the defensive scheme, he told me the only difference being our linebacker plays 3 or 4 steps back in the middle to read things a little, and they play their linebackers up a little tighter. But he said this game's going to come down to simple who has the biggest heart and wants to hit somebody and make a stop.
And the Trojans have had trouble this season on the road, especially kind of getting off the bus and getting off to a good start. And this is really not a team here in Prairie View that you want to fall too far behind early in a game, because they like to chew up the clock.
Ground and pound.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, those keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highways 69 and 400, just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. We'll step away for another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff here between the top two teams in Kansas Class 3A District 2. This game go a long way to telling you who the district champ is going to be. All that coming up right after this break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh, or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
Welcome back to Prairie View High School, Lynn County. Trojans getting set to take on the Prairie View Buffaloes at a game that will probably decide who wins Kansas Class 3A District 2. So a big game tonight, even though we're not in the postseason. It's not win and go home, nothing like that. But winning or losing this game could really go a long way in determining what your run through the postseason is going to look like.
Right, it's not really win or go home, but if
it's win or go on the road,
right.
Probably.
Yeah, but winning our first 2 district games should probably, and the way we won it, probably gets us into the playoffs, win or lose here. but it would be a lot better to go in as the 1 seed if we can win out the next 2 games. So,
yeah, big game here tonight for both of these teams. And like we said earlier in our keys to the game, you're going to see some very similar styles of football. And they may line up different, but the plays are going to be pretty much the same. Prairie View going to come out and line up largely in the I formation. Trojans will run that flex bone offense, but a lot of ground and pound tonight. We might see 4 or 5 passes total during this game. Heck, Jess, we might be out of here in an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 5 minutes. So we're going to have to be paying attention because this is going to move fast.
Or Coach Philpott at his post-game interview last week was very adamant that he had to tell his coaches he wanted to run the ball more. What did
they throw, like 4 passes, 5 passes last week?
But they threw it all in the first quarter.
Right,
so.
That's right. Nope, not going to do that. Let's be here all night. All right, well, I guess it's time to take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. Jess, have at it.
All right, so we'll go with Prairie View offense. They're going to run out their number 3, Atbury, and their number 10, Williams, number 17, Schwartz, number 20, Belcher, number 22, Ceramic, number 35, Goodwin, number 56, Colon, number 57, Law, number 59, Boyd, number 60, Merriman, and number 78, Steenbergen. And for your Trojans, they're going to run out there pretty much the same old. They're going to run out there number 2, Gannon Clark, number 8, Lamont Love, number 12, Ben Colon, number 21, Aiden Ashbacher, number 25, Levi Blair, number 40, Scott Moore, number 53, Owen Murphy, number 55, Blake Brocob, number 70, Caleb Humble, number 73, Aaron DeBrava, and number 75, our big center and nose guard, Zach Benzo.
Those are your starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back as we get closer to kickoff here at Prairie View High School. Trojans and Buffaloes coming up right after this.
Are you tired of waiting for your internet to load at a snail's pace? Or feeling like your connection is slower than a sloth's morning routine? Maybe your current internet feels as speedy as a sunbathing turtle. Well, say goodbye to the slow lane and welcome to Crochan Fiber Optic Internet, where we leave the slow movers in the dust. You'll zoom through the web faster than Sharky being swarmed by his adoring fans. Crochan Fiber Optic Internet, because life's too short to wait for slow connections.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Daryl, did we steal the coach's table? Maybe? All right. Well, what we're doing is super important. So 8:26 left before kickoff here tonight. It's senior night at Prairie View High School, and they took a few moments to honor their seniors tonight in the pregame, and maybe you saw a little bit of that going on camera. But the Trojans get set to play probably their toughest opponent of the year, I guess if you take Frontenac out of the equation, but the toughest district opponent for sure here in Prairie View. And last year when these two teams met, Prairie View came out on top 21-0, largely on the back of running back Parker Schwartz. He was just a sophomore last year, junior this year. He's averaging over 230 yards per game this season. He has 14 rushing touchdowns. Last year against the Trojans, he had 19 carries for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns, and you got to know that Girard's going to have to tackle better, keep him under control if they want to come out on top tonight.
Right, and read the guard play, read this, try to keep your front three free, and that word again, Josh, contain.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them get to the corner. Turn them back in and let the rest of your players
rally.
Yes.
Well, Prairie View, as good as they have been this year at running the football, they've only completed 3 passes, but they've only thrown 5. And those 3 completions have been good for a touchdown and 146 yards. So when they do throw the ball, it's usually they're beating you deep over the top.
And the knock I'm going to give to Prairie View is going to be if you look at how many points they've allowed. So some common opponents between the Trojans and Prairie View.
Burlington, yeah.
Yeah, against Burlington, Prairie View wins 50-34, where we just blew Burlington out.
Yeah, so 42-7 against Burlington. And
it wasn't that close.
No, it really wasn't for most of that game. So it's kind of an intriguing matchup. We got similar philosophies. And Burlington has played some tough teams this year. They got a loss. They got 2 losses on the season. They came back on September 20th. They lost 35-20 at Wellsville. And then back on the 8th of this month, they lost 46-35 against Humboldt. We'll pause here for the national anthem. All right, the Prairie View Marching Band. Good rendition of our national anthem. Rendition. Pretty good one.
Yes.
All right, now back to the game we're talking about here, Jess. And you're right, last week, the Trojans beat Burlington 42-7 when Prairie View faced them. 50-34 was that score. They've lost 2 games this year to Wellsville. Then back on the 8th of this month, they lost to Humboldt, who's just a 2A team, but a very good team. And Coach Luttrell was very complimentary about I don't know his name off the top of my head, but the kid playing quarterback for Humboldt.
Yeah, he said that was maybe the best athlete, best quarterback that he has faced in his head coaching career. Yeah.
That's a pretty good compliment. Hopefully Pitt State's got that kid on the radar because it sounds like he's quite a player. And, Humboldt, they usually run into Colgan at some point in time in the postseason, so we may get a chance to catch that game as well. So we mentioned that Prairie View has only completed 3 passes all season long. One of those passes was thrown by a wide receiver. So their quarterback has only completed 2 passes all season long. And this is a team that they'll throw it maybe just to prove they can or to catch you napping. But largely this game is going to be decided by blocking, tackling, old-fashioned 1950s football.
You bring that 11th guy up to the line of scrimmage,
and then
they're going
throw
over the top.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's still discipline, gap discipline. It's still football. I mean, you're not going to change the way it's played.
Well, we watched the Trojans throw the ball quite a bit more, and we talked about how Coach Philpott told his coaches to run it more. But this team might be a little bit vulnerable to that with a player like Scott Moore going down the field. If the Trojans can throw it up, Scott's one of those guys who can get a jump ball, high point it, and then make a play afterwards. And when you give up 34 points to Burlington, I think you may have some problems defending the pass.
Well, I agree. And we've talked about it numerous times about getting the ball in your playmaker's hands. So Trojans did such a great job of that last week. We hope that trend continues this week.
Well, a coin flip's just not the same without you down there, Jess. I mean, I enjoy your company up here, of course, but there's a lot of goings on down there that we just kind of got to guess about. But the important information's right here.
And that was,
I believe the Trojans won the toss and elected to defer.
That's the best. That's maybe
interpretation of that.
Yeah, right. He was really fast.
Maybe it was quick.
Maybe he didn't know either.
Well, short-term memory loss. So the Trojans will kick. Prairie View will have the ball to start the game, and that Trojan defense is going to get tested right off the bat. Trying to stop Parker Schwartz and this Prairie View offense. Again, if you weren't listening earlier, he's averaging over 230 yards per game. He's got 14 rushing touchdowns on the year. But Prairie View, they haven't played the toughest schedule, but they have played some tough opponents. But two of those tough opponents handed them losses. So this is not a unbeatable squad here for the Trojans. They're just going to have to, I guess, kind of man up and make some tackles tonight.
And get off the bus.
And get off some blocks.
Yeah, let's get started early. It's not the trip to Iowa. Man, that was a miserable first half, and then they get them out of the locker room and play Trojan football. So if we get off to a slow start right here, we could really have our hands full tonight with the Buffaloes of Prairie View. But
well, hopefully the Trojans left Girard at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and they've been hanging out here for a few hours and warmed up. I don't know what Keisha says about that sort of thing, but our opening kickoff brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to help with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Zeb Poland set to kick this one away for the Trojans. Maybe, Jess, I need to invest sometime in some glasses.
Or light.
Yeah.
I'm done.
There's a kick, a short end over end affair. It's going to take a hop and be fielded about the 20-yard line. And that's Wyatt Atterbury, junior quarterback and defensive back, who fielded that kick. He's brought down at about the 26, call it the 27-yard line. That's where Prairie View will take over, first down and 10.
Yeah, there's really no such thing as a wedge in kickoff return anymore, but he fielded that football, ran to his right, got behind these blockers, and the Trojans just a good job of just containing him in there and stopped him for a pretty short gain.
Three wide this time for Prairie View. They'll go straight ahead with their big fullback. That is Joshua Goodwin, and Goodwin's kind of the thunder to Schwartz's lightning, but Schwartz is kind of also thunder. So, but he definitely will keep that defense honest and keep them from just bailing towards the edge, because he's a heavy hitter coming up the middle. He's averages close to 100 yards a game this year.
Yeah, that was a big touchdown saving tackle there by Ashblocker right off the get-go.
Atterbury under center. He's going to keep it on the option, and he's got room to run. The Trojans drag him down from behind, but not before he crosses midfield deep into Trojan territory at about the 32.
And just what we talked about, they sent a man in motion, come around with that pitch play to the left side, and Trojan defensive end got caught up inside, and he was able to just to cut it upfield for a big gain.
Call it a gain of 32 on the play. Brings up a 1st and 10 at the Trojan 33. Atterbury under center. They'll put a man in motion. Handoff to Schwartz coming back the other way, and he's brought down from behind by Scott Moore. But not before he picks up about 8 yards there on 1st down. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. And the Trojans are really going to have to work hard to keep Prairie View behind the chains, because this is the type of offense they want to run, where they're looking at 2nd 2, 2nd and 3. It really opens up their playbook.
Yeah, you know now why they haven't thrown the ball very well, and they're rattling off 8 yards a chunk carrying it.
2nd and 2 at the 24. Handoff straight ahead. This time he's going to have enough for the 1st down, but the ball comes loose, and the Trojans have it on the fumble. First carry of the night for Carter Browning, the sophomore running back, and he coughs it up, and Girard picks up their first turnover of the night.
I couldn't see who forced the fumble or recovered it. All I seen was everybody jumping on the pile. Great job there by the 35. Mason Gilmore's 30 or 53. 8.
We'll get
Lamont
it eventually.
Lamont Love. Anyway.
Love, the lone back in the backfield, to pass out to Scott Moore in the flat. He's hit immediately and dropped for a loss on the play, as apparently Prairie View watched some of that film from last week with Burlington, where the Trojans threw it out to Moore a lot in the flat early in that game. And now the Trojans behind the chains looking at a 2nd down and 11 at about the 23.
Yeah, that's Gage Belcher on the tackle right there, and I'll just give him some kudos right here. You don't see Scott Moore get tackled one-on-one very often, so great play there by the Belcher kid.
Did a great job of reading it and breaking on that ball early, so once Moore caught it, didn't really have any time to react before the tackle. Cullen in the pistol. Fakes the handoff. He'll run option around the end. Now he pitches it late on the ground. Ashbacher trying to get on top of it, and the Trojans turn it over, and just a poor decision on that option play for Ashbacher. And that's recovered by number 20 for the Buffaloes. That is Gage Belcher, who fell on that one. And now the Trojans with their back against the wall after an unfortunate turnover.
Yeah, that was just a really bad decision there by Cullen. You just need to take what the defense give you right there.
Live to fight another day.
Yeah, either cut that up or pitch it earlier, because if he pitches that earlier, Ashbacher may have the corner, may not. But nonetheless, Trojan defense faced with a big battle right here.
Ball resting right at the 10-yard line, so theoretically they could get a 1st down. Now they're going to call it 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Atterbury under center. Handoff straight ahead to Schwartz. He's trying to push the pile, and the Trojans get him stopped after a gain of about 3 up to the 7-yard line.
Now that time Trojan defense filled the gap right there, and the linebackers filled the hole. That was Blake Brokaw in there to deliver the hit and standing straight up.
Just under 9 minutes to play here, first quarter, no score, but Prairie View with a fumble inside the Trojan, recover a fumble inside the Trojan 20. They have it 1st and goal, or I'm sorry, 2nd and goal now at about the 6-yard line. Atterbury under center, handoff straight ahead to the fullback, and he's in there for the touchdown. That's Joshua Goodwin, and that kid is a load, and the Trojans just unable to get him stopped. Once he got going downhill, it was going to be hard to stop him, and he's into the end zone. Prairie View out in front 6-0, and just a typical Trojan road game, Jess.
Prairie View's going to go for the extra point. And it'll be good.
So 2 plays, 10 yards after the fumble, and Prairie View out to a 7-0 lead. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Trojans trailing it early, 7-0, 8:29 to play first quarter after a fumble by Ben Cullen on the option exchange inside the Trojan 20-yard line. Two plays later, Prairie View punches it in on a 6-yard touchdown run by Josh Goodwin, and that kick's going to go out of bounds. The Trojans will get it at the 35. Better field position this time for Girard, and they need to take care of the football here, Jess, and try and grind out a time-consuming drive.
Yep, just go back to playing Trojan football, man on man, stay on your blocks, get to the next level if you're the front five, and let the special players, I don't want to call them special players, but the ball handlers do their
skill
business.
Players.
Skill players.
There we
That's
go.
the word I couldn't come up with.
Clark, lone wide receiver to the near side. Here's the snap. Faked handoff, or no, they're going to hand it off straight ahead to Gilmore. He'll lose 2 yards as he's met in the backfield, as this is the second or third week in a row where we've seen that Trojan line give up a good amount of penetration, especially on that left side. And Gilmore, they're going to give him forward progress up to the 34. It'll be a loss of 1 and bring up a second down and 11.
Right on cue, the front five of the Trojans need to maintain their blocks just a little bit longer to open that hole. Those running backs for the Trojans can expel that hole if they just can get to it.
Cullen back to pass. Now he's going to run. He's across the 40, 45, and driven out of bounds at about the 44, and he'll be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll bring up a very manageable 3rd and 1 for the Trojans, and a good decision by Ben to just pull it down and use his legs.
Yeah, that was a pass play all the way, and Prairie View had extremely fast penetration through one of the gaps and flushed Ben before he even got to look for a receiver.
And that's the thing. We thought that, thought that Scott Moore would be able to do some work down the field tonight, but Cullen's got to have some time back there to throw it and give him time to get down the field. Cullen's going to keep. He's Moore across the 45.
It's Scott Moore at Wildcat.
I'm sorry, yeah, Moore in the Wildcat out across the 45 to the 46, and that'll move the chains for the Trojans.
Yeah, but we got to see some of that last week as well, where they put Scott Moore in as quarterback to short yardage situations to just get that 1.5 yards, 2 yards that we needed.
Moves the chains. Clock keeps running. 7.5 left to play. First quarter, Trojans 1st and 10 at their own 46. Scott Moore staying in at the quarterback position. Gives it up to Corbin Bowen on the end around. Bowen makes a man miss at midfield, out across the 45, drugged down from behind. Inside Prairie View territory at about the 42-yard line. There's a little wrinkle we haven't seen yet this season from the offense.
Yep, that was just that guy in motion gets that inside handoff, and Corbin makes a guy miss and able to pick up a first down.
Gain of 12 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Their first time inside Prairie View territory tonight. Now Cullen back in at the quarterback spot. And they'll hand off straight ahead. And that was Mason Gilmore again up to the 40. Call it a gain of about 2. It'll bring up a second down and 8.
We talk about a rallying defense. There was 5 black and green jerseys making that tackle right there. Prairie View doing a good job of themselves of rallying to the football.
Trojan offense still just kind of trying to feel them out. Trying to figure out what you can get away with. Cullen's going to keep off of the left side. And he stood up after a gain of about, we'll call it 5. So a decent gain there on first down inside the 40 to the 38. Called the 37.
Colin able just to run quarterback power right there. Fakes the handoff to his first man through and uses him as a lead blocker and follows him through the hole. Stuck his head in there and gained a few yards.
And Trojans do a hard count, and they're going to draw the defense off sides. That was Johnny Collin, who jumped into the neutral zone. And that'll move the sticks for the Trojans, bring up a first down, and they'll place the ball at the Prairie View 32.
That's becoming a staple of this Trojans offense. They get one or two of those calls, seem like every game. They do a good job of giving the hard count.
They'll put a man in motion, hands off straight ahead to Gilmore, lowers his shoulder, gets behind his pads, and he'll be down to the 30, a gain of 2 again. They're on first down for Mason Gilmore.
Just not much of a push yet by our offensive front five. The defensive line of the Prairie View Buffaloes are standing us up, and there's just really nowhere to go.
Running games kind of manifest slowly. You got to be patient and stick with it. What isn't productive in the first half might be in the second. Put a man in motion. Now Cullen running option near side. He's going to keep it across the 25, lowers his shoulder, and steps out of bounds after running over a defender at about the 21. Let's see where they mark him out. That's not a very good spot for Ben. Out to about the 28-yard line. It looked like, or I'm sorry, the 23. It looked like he had another yard or two on that one.
But nonetheless, man, when he come around that corner, he had a hit of steam and lowered his shoulder and delivered the hit himself. So great play there by Colin.
Another 3rd and 1 here for the Trojans after a gain of 7 on that play for Cullen. And this is going to be dropped for a loss in the backfield.
He was down.
And Corbin Bowen just couldn't make a miss in the backfield. Too much penetration again on the left side of that Trojan line. And all that end-around stuff over there relies on those blockers being able to, like you said, Jess, get a little bit of a push. And so far tonight, that's just not happening. And it's going to bring up a fourth down and about 6 for the Trojans.
Yeah, a drive that started so promising. Trojans are moving it right there and had 3rd and short and decided to go with the long developing play. And like you said, Bowen couldn't make a man miss.
So 4th down and 6 for the Trojans at the Prairie View 28. And there's a timeout on the field. I think the Trojans are going to want to talk it over. They do. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. 3:58 to play, first quarter. Trojans trailing at 7-0. Big 4th down. When we come back, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Trojans staring down the barrel of a 4th down and 6 from the 28-yard line. They had it 3rd and 1, but Corbin Bowen caught on an end around in the backfield, couldn't make a man miss, lost about 5 yards on the play. Now the Trojans going for it here on 4th down. 3 wide in this set. Back to pass, and that one's thrown well over the head of Scott Moore, and the Trojans will turn it over on downs at the 28.
But he was open, so
he was.
There's a play that Colin would like to have that one back, just let him a little too far.
Yeah, you could tell by his reaction after he threw it that he knew he just got too much air under it. And, like to have that one back, but that's the thing about 4th down.
You'll get another chance.
Do or die.
Yep.
And now that Prairie View offense back out on the field, and they punched it in from 10 yards out after a fumble on the Trojans' first possession, where they went backwards 1 yard and then turned it over. Now a little bit more field for this Trojan defense to work with. See if we can get a stop here on this possession. Atterbury hands off straight ahead to Goodwin, and he fights through the first initial hit and able to drive forward for a gain of about 6 on first down.
Yeah, that was Larson and Ashbacher finishing him up, but not before he got through the line of scrimmage and gained 5 yards.
Call it 2nd down and 5 from about the 34. Atterbury with the snap. Here's Schwartz with it. Finds a nice little crease, makes a cut at about the 2nd level of that Trojan defense, and he's got enough for the first down out to the 40-yard line.
Yep, like we talked about in the pregame show, Josh, they're running the same motion, same plays. That was the guy in motion just stopped and cut back the other way to use that kind of as a counter play, and it just caught the Trojan defense going one way.
First and 10 for the Buffaloes at their own 40. Atterbury's going to keep this one, ducks into the back of that line and pushes forward out to about the 45 for a 5-yard gain there on first down.
At that time, Brokaw read his guard. As that guard pulled around, Brokaw come up and filled that hole and is able to stop him, but not before he could just lean forward for another 5-yard gain.
It's a good read on that option. He just kept it right there and got what he could get. There you go, 5 yards on first down. They're still in front of the sticks, and the Trojans really got to find a way to get a negative play here, or at least get a short gainer to get back on the positive side defensively. Atterbury under center. Handoff straight ahead again to Schwartz. Makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Trojans got a hold of his jersey and finally drag him down, but not till he crosses midfield. It crosses the Trojan 40 to about the 39. Let's see where they mark him down. They do it about the 39.
Yeah, that time he just ran through 3 or 4 or 5 arm tackles, and we talked about, I think the word we used earlier was manning up. You're just going to have to hit and wrap if you're going to tackle these Prairie View Buffalo running backs, because they're not going to come down with just an arm tackle.
Call it a gain of 11 on the play. First and 10 at the Trojan 39. 1:22 and counting here in this first quarter. Atterbury keeps it himself. There's a little lane. And you see what they want to do is the Trojans trying to strip at the ball. And Atterbury finally goes down inside the 20. Trojans are saying they've got the ball, but no signal from the officials yet. I think they're going to say he was down before the ball came out, because he did kind of go down to a knee. And it'll be a first down for Prairie View at the Trojan 19. I think they need to maybe focus more on bringing the ball carrier down and less on stripping at the ball.
Right, that might be about time when you get down here, knowing that the Buffalo don't like to pass very often, that you might start stunting a couple linebackers and gap blitzing and run blitzing and see if you can't get to them at the mesh contact.
Gain of about 20 on the play that time for Atterbury. The Buffalo's just reeling off big chunks of yards. And here's Goodwin straight ahead, the fullback, and he's going to have 6 yards on first down.
Yep, and that's nothing but just
not a lot of science to this, Jess.
Off tackle, just right off tackle, right through that one gap. Benzo needs to step up and absorb a double team, if at all possible, force a double team to keep his linebackers clean.
Call it 2nd down and a long 4 at the Trojan 14-yard line. Again, option. Schwartz this time tripped up as Levi Blair got into the backfield and made him spin a little bit and put a move on, and that slowed him down enough for the Trojans to get him stopped at about the 13. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. And this might be the first 3rd down the Trojans have forced tonight. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. Trojans trail at 7-0 after 1. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Well, nothing fancy. Prairie View just lining up in the I formation double tight sometimes and just running downhill at the Trojans, Jess. And we were talking during the break. This is the kind of team, that physical team up front with big physical backs that, I mean, they've given everybody trouble this year, but they give the Trojans trouble particularly.
We got kind of reminiscence of a Frontenac team who just want to line it up and pound it at you.
Atterbury under center. They'll put a man in motion. They hand it to Goodwin straight ahead, and he's inside the 10, across the 5, down to the 3-yard line. And this is exactly the game that Prairie View wants to play, and the Trojans are going to have to come up with something to force them out of it.
Yeah, and, you know, and I'm not kidding when I'm telling you, if the teams had different jerseys on, they're running the exact same plays this Trojan defense should be practicing against every day.
First and goal from the Trojan 4. What do you think? Goodwin going to get it again here? Yep. Nope. And there's a touchdown, I believe.
It's a touchdown.
And that was Schwartz carrying it. And just a lot of guys to have to account for coming out of that backfield. And Prairie View's done a good job of mixing them all in tonight. And there's another touchdown. 11:27 to play. Trojans down 13-0, pinning this extra point. And the kick is good. Trojans down 2 touchdowns. Got to come up with something offensively on the other side of this break. We'll step away for a quick minute. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Long sustained drive. 72 yards. 8 plays, capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run by Parker Schwartz. And Prairie View leading it 14-0. Here's a short end-over-end kick. Trojans will field it at the 30 and hit immediately. Was the up back who fielded that one. I think, was it Gannon Clark? No, that was number 9 who fielded that one. That was not Gannon Clark.
Zach Peekany. He was a little hesitant. That's a live ball on a kickoff.
A lot of people running at you there, Jess.
Yeah. If he goes and catches that in the air, he might.
A lot of beefaloes running downhill at you. Trojans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30. Cullen trying to, with the hard count, to get him a jump again. Almost got it done. Handoff straight ahead this time. I think that was Junior Love. And it was a gain of, call it 3 on the play.
But, excuse me, the Trojan offensive line got a little bit of a push right there, but those linebackers for Prairie View was able to, we're not making anybody miss. Where they're making us miss and getting to the 2nd and 3rd level of our defense, we're not making those first contact miss.
Beautiful moon rising tonight here in Prairie View, and there's another option play by the Trojans as Cullen's going to keep it himself, and he's out to about the 38-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2, so a nice gain there on 2nd down for Ben.
Yeah, just imagine if you could gain 3 or 4 on the 1st down, then you don't have these thirds, but at least this is a 3rd and short here, manageable.
Call it a gain of 5 on the play. Trojans need to pick up 2 here for the 1st down. Need to cross the 40-yard line. Scott Moore faked the handoff. He's going to keep it. And I don't think he's going to, well, based on where the spot is, they're going to give him a nice chunk of forward progress out across the 40 to 41, and that benefits the Trojans. 1st down and 10.
Well, I haven't said nothing yet. I thought took on 1 or 2 spots, but we just got it all back right there.
Right.
So that was a real generous spot by the
very
far side official.
He saw something we didn't, Jess.
Good for him.
Yep. Hope he sees that all night long. Cullen again in the pistol. Back to pass this time. He's going to roll far side. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got some room out there. Cuts back, takes a big hit at about the 47, and he'll fall forward to the 48. But a gain of about 7 there on 1st down, but Ben paid for that.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off with an O right there, but, man, he just got lit up as he comes around that corner. Yeah. But good read. Ben got to his back step, and there was nobody open, and the pressure was coming already, so he just
took off.
Yep, saw the corner, and we'll take 8 yards, 7 to 8 yards on 1st down all night.
Love in the backfield behind Cullen. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff to Love. Pressured again and sacked in the backfield. And it'll be a loss of about 6 or 7, and they'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Trojans. And again, quick penetration by Prairie View, and that Trojan line just not picking up the blitzers tonight.
Yeah, and that's just a blitzing linebacker. He's the outside linebacker on this side, and he's been creeping up and cutting through, and no one's able to pick him up all night long, and this time Cullen was unable to avoid him, and big negative play for the Trojans.
Loss of 6 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 9. A long 8, however you want to say it. Timeout on the field. Trojans want to talk it over. We'll take a break. 8:07 to play 1st quarter. Trojans down by 2 touchdowns. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
.807 to play. Trojans looking at a 3rd down and long from the 42-yard line. They need to reach the 49 of Prairie View for a 1st down. And that timeout called because Corbin Bowen couldn't quite figure out where he was supposed to be lined up. And so the Trojans burned a timeout to avoid an illegal procedure. And Cullen gets blown up in the backfield. The fumble picked up by Goodwin, and he's off to the races. Touchdown, Prairie View. And again, the left side of that line, Jess, allowing a lot of penetration.
Yep, that come from the right side. And tell you what, Trojans had 2 uncovered receivers. Prairie View's not even covering the receivers on that play as they brought a jailhouse blitz and brought like 9 guys in, and Cullen just couldn't hang on as he just got.
I mean, he had about a 2.5 seconds, maybe a 2.5 seconds to do something with that ball, and that's just asking a lot from a young quarterback. Got to have more time back there as Prairie View up 20-0, and Last year they beat the Trojans 21-0. We thought that was an ugly game, and we're on our way here if the Girard can't find an answer. The kick is good. Prairie View up 21-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Well, a big blitz, forced fumble, scoop and score for the Prairie View defense. A lot happened on that one play, and not a bit of it was good for the Trojans. And they trail it down 21-0, under 8 minutes to play first half. And Girard's offense, just particularly up front, has not handled the pressure tonight from Prairie View. Bowen fielded the kick. Now he's going to go cross field, brought down at about the 29-yard line. And the Trojans, like you said, Jess, just not making people miss tonight.
No, and just ran right into, yeah, or Prairie View's just making the tackles. I don't know which one it is.
A little of both, perhaps.
Yep.
Trojans take over 1st and 10 on their own 29. And so far, the Prairie View defense leading the Trojans 7-0. Cullen, some miscommunication in the backfield. How many times have we seen that this year? And brought down for a loss on the play, and now the Trojans behind the sticks once again.
Yeah, just not sustaining blocks up front. Prairie View's getting way too much penetration, getting to our mesh point and blowing up the plays.
Call it a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 now. Ball placed at, called it 27. Now when a team sees they can blitz through your line like that, I would expect to see that on almost every play. The Trojans try and run it ahead with Gilmore. Not much room there as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 29. It brings up a 3rd down and 10 in a situation the Trojans just really want to avoid.
Yeah, and they haven't been very good in so far this game, so maybe we can change the fortune here with just under 7 minutes to go left in the half.
Trojans have to find a play that's going to work for them here on 3rd down and 10. It's going to have to develop quickly, Jess. By the way, this game's been going tonight. They roll Cullen out near side, looking downfield. He's going to throw this one up and out of bounds. And that was beyond all the Trojan receivers, and I think Cullen just saw that I wasn't there and chucked it away. And the Trojans will punt this one away from their own 29.
Yep, it'll be up to Zeb Poland to see if he can't flip the field position and the Trojan punt coverage team to get a good ball carrier down to the turf.
Well, the way the Prairie View's been getting penetration tonight, Poland's going to have to get this punt off. There's some movement along the line. I think one of the Prairie View players jumped. Won't be enough to move the sticks, but we'll buy a little bit of room for that Trojan defense. They'll back them up 5 and try it again. I don't know, Jess. I might go with that hard count again.
Oh, yeah. It's worked a couple times.
And they seem eager.
For good reason.
Yeah. High snap, Poland fields it. The punt is away, kind of knuckling. It'll take a Trojan bounce, and then it's touched at the 29 by a Girard player, but they'll move it up to where it was initially touched at the 29. And that's where Prairie View will take over 1st and 10.
Yep, good job by Pullen to get that punt off. Took a great Trojan bounce, and their Trojan defenders outran the punt a little bit. See if we can get a big stop here. Let's change a couple things up and see if we can't blitz a couple linebackers ourselves, because Prairie View has no intentions on throwing this football.
1st and 10 at the 30. Quick pitch around. This is Schwartz. Finds a gap, and he's off to the races. Scott Moore trying to chase him down from behind and gets him, and that was a borderline horse collar, but Scott got his hand out of the shoulder pad just in time, but not before Schwartz rattles off. Let's see where they place this ball. 37 yards on the carry.
Yeah, and Trojans actually had him kind of bottled up in the backfield. Schwartz is just able to outrun everybody and bust off a big gain.
Now all of a sudden in Trojan territory at the 33. This is pretty much the exact same offense that Girard runs. Carry off tackle by Elijah Williams. And he'll pick up about 2 there on 1st down.
And that time Aaron DeBrava did a good job of getting off his block and filling that inside gap and making a stop.
Second and 8 now from the 31. Goodwin, the lone back in the backfield. Schwartz lined up as one of the flex backs. And he's going to catch the pitch on the option, bobbles it, and has to just fall on the ball at the 36. And that's the first mistake we've seen from Prairie View tonight. And they were able to clean it up pretty quick.
Right, and good penetration there by Junior Love and Levi Blair to force a early pitch by the quarterback. And maybe that's what we've been talking about. Maybe Trojan defense now can start getting some stunts and blitz in there and mixing up just a normal blocking scheme.
Brings up a 3rd and 13 at the Trojan 36.
Timeout.
And you got to think Schwartz is going to get it when we come back. And there's a timeout as Prairie View wants to talk over this 3rd down and long. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. 4:32 to play. Second quarter. Trojans trailing by 21. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged.
3rd down and long here for the Buffaloes, 4.5 to play. Handoff goes to Schwartz. Big gap, runs through another arm tackle. He's going to be out near a 1st down. And you got to think this is 4-down territory here for the Buffaloes because the Trojans haven't been able to keep them under single digits as far as average carries go. And 4th down and 1, and this is right in the comfort zone for Prairie View.
Right, and they call it, I couldn't tell a number, but Trojan defender had him stopped in the backfield for a 2 or 3 yard loss right there and
didn't wrap up.
He just ran right through him.
4th and 1 at the 25. Guess who? Nope. This was a different back. That's number 33, Carter Browning, and he's the one who fumbled earlier, and they give him the carry here on this 4th and 1. So trying to build that young man's confidence back up, and they do it right there. 1st down and 10 Now for Prairie View at the Trojan 18.
Yep, Corbin Bowen with the tackle right there, but not before they got plenty of enough yards for a first down.
7 yards on the carry on 4th and 1. And Prairie View just pretty much do whatever they want on the ground tonight.
Whatever they want.
Here comes option near side. Appleberry has it. He's dropped at the 10. And that's a gain of about 7 or 8 on first down. They'll set up a 2nd down and 2 at the 10.
Bowen's coming up from his safety position to make another tackle right there, but they're again not before he's 8 yards deep. So this Trojan front 3, they're just on roller skates tonight.
Second down and short now for Prairie View. It's just kind of like clockwork watching this happen. And they're running the same offense, that flex bone that the Trojans like to run. Handoff straight ahead to Schwartz, runs through an arm tackle, dives towards the goal line. They're going to mark him just short at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1 for Prairie View, and this is pretty much a foregone conclusion.
Yep, and free safety, Corbin Bowen, yet another tackle. And when your free safety's making the tackles on running plays, it's just not a good sign because he's not playing up in the box.
Call it gain of 9 on the play for Schwartz. And once again, Prairie View knocking on the door, looking to go up 4 scores. Like old Abraham Lincoln likes to say. And there's Goodwin into the end zone for the touchdown. His 2nd of the night, or I'm sorry, his 3rd of the night. 2nd offensive touchdown. And Prairie View's up 27-0 with under 2 minutes to play first half. And at this point, it doesn't appear to matter who gets that kickoff to start the second half, Jess.
Nope.
On to attempt the point after. That's Joseph Ceramic. And Ceramic's kick is good. 1:50 to play, first half. Trojans trail it 28-0 to the Prairie View Buffaloes. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the healthcare needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
$28-0. Prairie View at home tonight on senior night, handing it to the Trojans as they lead at 28-0. And not many mistakes tonight for Prairie View. They have a fumble that they lost. The Trojans handed that one right back on a scoop and score for Prairie View. And here's a little squib kick. Corbin Bowen's going to field it right around the 30. Made a man miss out across the 30 down to about the 33. And that's where the Trojans will take over, first down and 10. Under 2 minutes to play first half.
Yep. Must have been a right side return as Bowen fielded that ball and headed straight down the sideline. He ran about 15, 20 yards to only gain 3 yards positive. So see if this Trojan offense can't get something going right here. They're going to have to get a 2 for right here and get right back in this game if they could possibly do it.
Well, I think it's going to involve throwing the ball down the field, and that's something they just haven't had time to do thus far. Mason Gilmore on the carry. A yard, maybe 2, up to the 35.
And that was Steenbergen on the tackle. Stood Gilmore straight up.
That's a good linebacker name.
Yeah,
Steenbergen just sounds like you're like when you come out
and get Steenbergen.
This kid's going to be a linebacker. Ashbacher with it now out across the 40 to about the 43, and that'll be close to a Trojan first down. They're going to move the sticks.
Yep. Steenbergen again with the tackle, but not before Ashbacher could get the corner on that inside handoff. A little dose of Prairie View's own medicine right there. We've seen this Trojans play all season. They can get to going themselves if they can just get out of their own way right here.
Clock running under 40 seconds to play, first half, so the Trojans will have to get out of their own way quickly here. Handoff around the end again. It's Ashbacher trying to look for a little crease, doesn't find it, and taken down shy of the 50 at about the 48. There's a flag on the play, and it's in the neighborhood of where I'd expect a hold.
It looked like maybe chop block.
Yep, and it is.
That's a big one. That's a 15-yarder.
And once they get this ball placed, I believe the clock will wind. No difference between the play clock and the game clock, so the Trojans don't have to run another play.
And you might want to just go to halftime right here, as bad as this first half has been.
Yeah, try to bury this one. Try and make some adjustments or something at halftime. Ashbacher running option to the far side. Pressure catches up to him at about the 34. And that'll be the final play of the first half. Trojans 2 quarters to forget here in Prairie View tonight. They're going to head to the locker room. Is there a locker room? Is that where they're going? Yeah, and talk this one over. Try and make some adjustments here at the half and come back and try and take a bite out of this 28-point Prairie View lead, but it's been all Buffaloes here tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Prairie View High School, a house of horrors tonight for the Girard Trojans as Girard trails at 28-0 at the break. This is the GN Bank halftime show brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and professional way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, Jess, rough first half for the Trojans as they can't stop that running attack from Prairie View, and then offensively, they've had a heck of a time stopping that defensive penetration that Prairie View's been getting, and just basically been out physicaled here tonight on the road.
Yeah, rough's an understatement. It's 28-0, and I'm telling you, it's not even that close because Prairie View's done anything they've wanted to do. Bright side for Girard, Josh, is opening drive, we force a fumble, and I'm thinking, man, here we go. And then Prairie View just forces a turnover right back, and they've had their will with our whatever,
our front seven the entire game, whether it's offensively or defensively. And then the Trojans, a couple of turnovers themselves, and the big one, that strip sack, fumble, scoop, and score by Joshua Goodwin. And, you know, what's the luck of the Trojans is that Cullen gets sacked, ball comes out. The guy who scoops it up is their fullback who takes off down the field with it and scores about a 30-yard touchdown run after recovering the fumble. And it's been that kind of night tonight for the Girard Trojans. Last week, a great game against Burlington. Tonight, what a difference a week makes here on the road, but a very different team.
Yep.
And the Trojans are better against those teams who want to try and spread it out and throw the ball around and run some misdirection at them. They struggle against a team that just wants to line up, punch you in the mouth, and run downhill at you. And that's what Prairie View's done tonight, and they are by far getting the better of this contest. That eye on the game, as rough as it is, might be a black eye on the game, brought to you by Canar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Canar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Canar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at CanarEyeCare.com. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more of the GN Bank halftime show and talk about things that we don't want to talk about. And that's the first half here tonight in Prairie View. All that coming up right after this. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Welcome back to Prairie View High School. During the break, getting my Braveheart references out.
History
all
lesson.
that. Yeah, history lesson. Well, the history of the first half has been all green and black. The Trojans not much going as they're putting up a goose egg in that first half, and Prairie View just pretty much able to do whatever they want to do offensively, especially on the ground, as they've been the more physical team tonight. And we can talk about defensive philosophies, and we can talk about play calling, we can talk about all that stuff,
weight
the X's
rooms,
and O's,
right.
But it really comes down to physicality, and yeah, it could just come down to the weight room, Jess.
Yep.
And so far tonight, Prairie View's been the bigger, stronger, faster team, even though there's only half of them, and half as many of them as the Trojans brought out tonight. But they're so far the better team on the field. And a couple of stats that we want to look at, and I'm not going to bury you with mathematical equations and stuff like that, but something that jumps out to me here in this first half, Jess, Prairie View with 197 yards on the ground tonight against this Trojan defense in the first half. Trojans 55 yards on the ground, 2 turnovers. One of those resulted in an immediate touchdown. The other one, 2 plays later, turned into a touchdown. And that's pretty much the statistical story of that first half. Our first half stats brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling and leveling. B&B Excavating, give them a call, 620-724-2735. We got about 4 minutes till kickoff of the second half, or until the teams come back out on the field and we get a 2-minute stretching period. We'll take another break, come back with more of the GM Bank halftime show. You watch Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the healthcare needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Woof, what a first half. Trojans trail it 28-0. The Prairie View Buffaloes. Both these teams came into tonight's game 4-2. And Trojans coming off a big 42-7 win over Burlington, getting a little revenge for last year, but they got to chop a lot of wood to get some revenge for last year tonight, as Prairie View topped the Trojans 21-0 last season. And here at the half, they're out in front 28-0. And they racked up nearly 200 yards on the ground in the first half alone. And Girard's going to have to try and find an answer for that. And I don't know what it is, Jess.
I don't either. Maybe, yep.
I'm no doctor.
And I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Right.
So it's going to have to be some schemes and just, man on man. You're going to have to get off your blocks, quit getting pushed backwards. If you want to talk a little X's and O's, it's that front 3-man. The scheme of a 3-man front line is you have to absorb a double team. They have to double team you to keep your linebackers free, and your linebackers have to make the correct read on a guard and everybody else to get to the right hole and wrap up when you get there. You got to finish. We've been there, not every time, but we have been there. We just haven't finished when we got there. So.
Well, we're not the only folks, as Parker Schwartz is averaging over 230 yards a game this year. He's had a couple games where he's gone over 300 yards. And I imagine a lot of people have been in position to make a tackle on him and haven't gotten it done this year. And then you add in Josh Goodwin at that fullback spot. They've got a really shifty and elusive quarterback in Wyatt Atterbury. And it's just a lot to stop defensively to get to those assignments and make those tackles out in the open field.
Right, and I knew probably Prairie View was going to put some yards up and probably put some points up against us. Heck, Josh, they've scored on everybody all season. But when I saw that Burlington put 34 on them and some other teams, I didn't figure they could stop us, but
they've done it.
They've done it and done it well.
And, some of that may be the fact that these teams run the same offense.
Could be.
And so this defense has seen that offense in practice every week. And so when somebody runs it at you, you're familiar with it.
It's the same way on our side.
Yeah,
So
you're right, Jess. You're right. But some of it's X's and O's and some of it's Jimmy's and Joe's. And I don't think they've seen Parker Schwartz or Josh Goodwin running downhill at them.
No.
And that's really what it's come down to tonight. They've been ahead of the sticks all night long. And even when they made that fumble, the ball carrier had a first down and then coughed it up after picking up the yardage. And so, like we've said, they've been pretty much able to do anything they want to do tonight against the Trojans.
Colin's had zero time to throw the football.
Unless he's been rolling out towards the sideline, and even then he's pursued, and his receivers downfield aren't open.
No.
He's had to tuck it and run an awful lot just because the coverage has been solid behind that defensive front that's putting the pressure on him. Just pretty much a complete game tonight by this Prairie View team. You take your hat off to them.
Yep.
They're well coached, and they've come out and executed tonight against the Trojans. And you got to know that they probably had this game circled on their schedule, Jess.
Oh, yeah, and we've talked about it just a little bit. The winner of this game will project to win this district.
Yep.
The loser of this game will project to probably still come out as the second place if you don't get your hiney kicked bad enough that you don't want to play next week.
Right.
So,
and being down 28-0, of course you want to get back in this ball game, but you also want to get out of here healthy and have a shot at it next week. And
you still get a trip to the playoffs.
In the third quarter, you really don't want those thoughts creeping in.
Right.
But it is a factor here for the Trojans. And
we returned a kickoff last week, so if we can bust one off right here.
Here's another squib kick running up to fielded as Ashbacher. Finally gets it picked up off the turf, and he's going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line, and Aiden's took a heck of a shot at the end of that one. It's getting up kind of slow and favoring that left ankle. That's not good news for the Trojans, as Ashbacher, one of their change of pace guys offensively, and an important player in that defensive backfield as well. And those guys, Ashbacher with 2 interceptions last week and hasn't had the opportunity to defend a pass yet tonight.
Yeah,
and if you're Prairie View, there's no reason to throw the football.
Nope, and that was Atterbury right there on that tackle. He's everywhere, not only quarterback, covered on special teams.
Cullen in the pistol, Love in the backfield behind him. They'll put Bowen in motion, hand off to Junior Love, spinning off a tackle, fighting forward, and they're pushing the pile out to the 30-yard line, and a good 7-yard gain on first down for Love.
Yeah, and we just, they come out of the locker room, do that play. I just got to sit here and wonder, where was that the first 2 quarters? I'm sure I wasn't in the locker room, of course, but I'm sure the conversation wasn't real pleasant in there.
Ball resting at the 30. It's a 2nd down and 2. They'll go to the well again and hand it off to Cullen kept it. And he may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage there, as Prairie View doing a good job reading that Trojan option. And Cullen pulled it out of the belly of Love, kept it himself. No gain, brings up a 3rd and 2.
Yep, and he run right into Schwartz to make a good tackle right there for the Buffaloes.
Looks like Trojans will have enough for a first down this time up to about the 33. And that will move the chains. And it looks like Cullen was the carrier again.
And Preston Merriman with the tackle right there, but Cullen just pulled it out of the belly of Junior Love and followed him in the hole, and it was just enough to get a first down.
Three wide in this set. Cullen rolling out near side, looking to pass, going to sling it out to Scott Moore. He's hit, fights off the contact, makes a man miss at the 40, out across midfield, 45, 40. Scott Moore off and running after shedding 2 tackles, and he's going to be in the end zone for the first touchdown of the night for the Trojans.
Yeah, no flags on the play, so we talked about it earlier. The first play, he come up and made a great tackle. This time, Scott Moore's able to break that initial tackle, run through 2 or 3 more arm tackles, and a big gain, what the Trojans needed to try to get back in this ball game.
67-yard touchdown. Cuts the lead to 22 with 9:55 left to play, 3rd quarter. Zeb pulling on to attempt the point after as the Trojans run a man onto the field late.
He's a man short.
10 seconds on the play clock as Bowen gets in there and gets lined up. Low snap. Kick is away. And it's no good. That one didn't look good from the get-go, as Trojans weren't lined up properly, got a bad snap, and Poland's kick low and off to the right. But they do strike Pater, score a touchdown on the 67-yard pass play to Scott Moore. And they cut the lead to 22 with 9:55 to play, 3rd quarter. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale, though. I'm going to probably keep that one.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but might hang on to that one too, so let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that.
Kickoff takes a Trojan bounce. It's going to roll into the end zone, and Schwartz is just going to let it go. And it'll be a touchback, and Prairie View will take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, what a kick by Poland to get it all the way to the end zone. It's too bad that thing
Well, you can't blame it on the wind.
Had 2 more revolutions. If it would have died right there at about the half-yard line, like we say, it's a live ball on a kickoff. Let's see if this Trojan defense can come alive coming out of the locker room like their offense did and get a stop right here, or better yet, a turnover and give the Trojan offense a short field.
First and 10 at the 20 for Prairie View. Trojans just scored on a big pass play to Scott Moore. And let's see if the defense can get a stop here. They're going to run option far side. Atterbury keeps it, and he's out near the sticks as he's brought down from behind at about the 30-yard line. And it will move the sticks.
Yeah, just a sneaky little run right there because nothing power about that. Just let their offensive line maintain their blocks and just kept pushing forward. And he just snuck his way, high-stepping through there for a gain of 10.
11 yards.
Yeah.
Tick-tock. Clock runs under 9.5 to play, third quarter. Prairie View's offense picks up right where they left off at the end of the first half. Schwartz, the back in the backfield behind Atterbury. He'll get the carry off right tackle, runs through an arm tackle, and then cut down below the knees. And it was Bowen again coming up from the safety spot to make the tackle, but not before. Schwartz picks up about 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, they're again 5-6 yards every first down. It's really hard to stop them. Needed some sort of negative play right here.
Looks like it'll be about a second down and 6, so call it a gain of 4 on first down.
It's even better
for Schwartz. Now they go back to their original formation with fullback in the backfield behind Atterbury. And he'll get the carry this time and a gain of about 3 as the Trojans do a better job of bottling that one up. And Goodwin able to pick up a couple yards. It'll bring up a third down and about 4.
Yeah, that's Junior Love and Blake Brokaw in there on that tackle right there as they just read what the offensive line's doing, know it's going that way, and able to fill the hole and make a tackle this time at the point of contact.
Big third down here for the Trojans, 3rd and 4. I would expect that option, Jess. And you could expect it all you want. And there's going to be a timeout. Prairie View as Coach Luttrell wants to talk it over with his squad. 7:42 to play, third quarter. Trojans trailing at 28-6. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Sorry, I was offered a critique there. It's more of a philosophical issue. There's a cur off camera, though. 3rd down and 4 here for Prairie View as they called the timeout to talk it over. Now Atterbury under center. Goodwin in the backfield behind him. They're going to pitch it near side to Schwartz. Guess what? Off and running across midfield. 40, 30, 25, 20. It's a foot race. And he's going to make it all the way in for the touchdown as Prairie View answers the Trojans' big play score with a run of their own. And that's probably going to be there all night.
Well, it has been.
Certainly has.
Yeah, they just seal the corner, run a little toss sweep around the outside, and then when they seal that corner, we talked about that word containment, and there was none right there for the Trojans to turn him back in. So there was a foot race down the sideline that he won.
Arm tackles, not going to bring him down. They didn't bring him down last year, and they're not bringing him down this year either. And the kick is up and good. Prairie View out in front, 35-6. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
The Buffaloes go 80 yards in 4 plays, capped off by a 63-yard touchdown run by Parker Schwartz. And they have a 35-6 lead over the Trojans. Girard with a 67-yard pass play to Scott Moore to chip into that lead. Prairie View answers back with a big play on the ground and tackling on the edge of that defense. Again, a problem for Girard. Not containing them and pushing them back in. There's another squib kick. That one's fielded by Junior Love. Makes the man miss out at the 40, out across the 45. And the Trojans with pretty good field position to start this drive at their own 46-yard line. First down and 10.
That might be the first time we've seen Junior Love back there. We saw Ashbacher kind of limp off with a tender ankle. Junior looked good right there. You give Junior a head of steam, and he delivered a blow himself and got good starting field position for this Trojan offense.
Now let's see if that offensive line's come up with any answer for the pressure that the defensive front for Prairie View has been able to put on all night. 7.5 to play, third quarter. Cullen in the pistol. Gilmore in the backfield behind him. Instant pressure.
Oh, no.
And Ben loses the ball once again. And the Trojans able to jump on top of it, but not before a huge loss. No, did that squirt out again? And it did. Buffalo ball at the 22-yard line. And I'm telling you, Cullen had less than a second. Somebody came completely free off that defensive line, and they had a hold of Ben before he'd really even secured the snap.
Goodwin.
Carter Browning, or Josh Goodwin,
Yep.
fullback, linebacker, extraordinaire, popped right through there and ate Ben Cullen up for lunch. And now Prairie View with the ball, first and 10 at the Trojan, call it 23-yard line. So nice return, Junior Love, all for naught. That might be the first time we've seen Schwartz drop for a loss. He lost about 3 on that carry.
Yeah, that time the Trojan containment, the outside linebacker on this side, kept his outside arm free, forced him to cut it back inside. And when you force a runner to cut back inside, guess what? Blake Brokob's on right there as he come in and baits this tackle. So good team defense right there, which is what they need to be doing.
So second down and 13 for Prairie View from the Trojan 26. Goodwin in the backfield behind Atterbury. And there's a timeout on the field as Coach Luttrell wants to talk it over with his team. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:31 to play. Trojans trailing at 35-6. Prairie View knocking on the door once again We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live. Well, the Prairie View Buffaloes put together a highlight reel tonight against the Girard Trojans as they lead at 35-6. They forced 3 turnovers tonight from the Trojans. Atterbury hands off straight ahead to Goodwin. This time the Trojans get low defensively, cut his legs out from under him for a short gain up to about the 24, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Yep, at that time, like we talked about, that's nose tackle, number 75, Zach Benzo. He's able just to create a pile right there and let his linebackers come in and clean it up.
Stopped him for a gain of 2. Now Atterbury runs a play in from the sideline. Trojan defense trying to get their first stop of the night. Will actually be their second because they forced a fumble earlier. Schwartz in motion. Here comes the option, and Atterbury keeps it himself straight up the gut. He'll cross the 20 down to about the Trojan 17, and it'll set up a 4th down and about 4.
Yep, kind of right in the Buffaloes' wheelhouse, but that was Corvin Bowen playing free safety, and
making another tackle.
And good for Bowen. He's starting to creep up a little bit. He's got to be careful they don't run a play action play on him, but he's creeping up there trying to get involved in this run game.
At this point, you'd almost beg him to throw it. They'll put Schwartz in motion. He'll get the handoff coming back counter style, and he's across the 15 to about the 14, and it's going to be enough for a Prairie View first down.
Man, just barely, though. I mean, those Trojan defense were fighting. They got their hands on him, and Bowen was able to clean him up, but he needed 4, and he got 4 1/4.
Give him 5 on the carry. Prairie View continuing to cook. 4:45 to play, 3rd quarter. Comfortably out in front by 29. Here's the snap. Atterbury wrapped up early and brought down to about the 10-yard line after a gain of 2.
Same thing we've been talking about. This time the defensive linemen are starting to try to get off their blocks and not maintain and not let the offensive guys get to that next level, and our linebackers are able to come up cleanly and start making some plays.
Just
football 101.
Yeah, well.
I don't know where this wind come from. The flag's not moving, but I'm getting cold.
It is. It's a little brisk up here, isn't it? Not as bad as Holton, though. Trojans get a stop there as they drop. This is their 3rd back. Carter Browning, he fumbled earlier, picked up a big 4th down as well, but they're stoned right at the 9-yard line, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7.
Be a big boost for this Trojan defense if they can get a stop. Like you said, they had one on their very first drive and haven't slowed them down since.
Good in the backfield. They're going to run option far side. They pitch it out. It's on the dirt, and the Trojans have it. And there's the first big mistake we've seen from on the night from Atterbury. And the Trojans got some penetration, and it affected the timing of that entire option play. And Atterbury just laid it out there for grabs, and it hit the carpet. And the Trojans able to get on top of it, get the turnover. But now they're deep in their own territory. You're going to have to take care of the football here, Jess.
Yep, Scott Moore that time was able to jump on that football that was scooting across the ground. We kind of seen the Trojan similar to the same play Ben Cullen made. It was a way late pitch, probably better off not to pitch that, take the loss, but good thing he didn't as the Trojans got the football right here.
First and 10 for the Trojans. They're going to run straight ahead. Junior Love makes a man miss out across the 30 and brought down at about the 33.
Got a good hard run there by Junior as they offensive line give him a hole. He slithered through the hole, made a guy miss, and it was off to the races. If it wasn't for one of the Buffaloes grabbing him by the shoestring, Junior would have busted that one off.
Call it a gain of 18 on the play for Love out to the 33-yard line. Mark it down at the 32, so technically a gain of 17, I suppose. First down and 10 for the Trojans from there. That's a lot of adding and subtracting, man.
Numbers going the wrong way.
Cullen running option to the far side. Bruning was there, but the Buffaloes did a good job of stopping that, and they'll drop Ben for a big loss. And kind of gave up some real estate there once he realized the jig was up. He should have just tucked it and gone forward, and instead he tried to buy a little bit of space, and that's going to cost the Trojans a few extra yards. They'll move the ball back to the 29-yard line. I'll bring up a second down and about 13.
Yeah, we talk about running that option play. You want to run it vertically, not negatively. And the Trojans was running that going backwards from the start.
Back to pass, going to let this one fly. Bowen with the catch in Buffalo territory. And they're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 43-yard line, so a big connection from Cullen to Bowen.
Yeah, what a great throw by Cullen, and maybe even a better catch as Bowen was covered, went up and high-pointed that ball in with a defender wrapped all over him, able to come down and secure the catch. Good play there all around.
Gain of 18 on the play brings up a first down and 10 for the Trojans inside Prairie View territory at the 43. Minute 24 and counting left here in this third quarter. Cullen hands off to Love, makes the first man miss, but he's going to be dropped after a gain of about 3 up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just hit that hole hard, but those Prairie View linebackers able to fill that gap before he can get any further.
Brings up a second down and 7 at the 40. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Yeah, Jesse got brisk up here.
Yeah, I don't know. The flag's still not moving, but it's howling right through here all of a sudden.
Can't trust a flag to tell you the weather. They're going to run it straight ahead. Gilmore, I believe, this time, and nothing doing. The ball comes out. Prairie View has it, and the Trojans force the ball carrier out at about the 49, but another turnover. That's number 4 tonight for the Trojans as they fumble. And Prairie View takes over offensively, and it's kind of a backbreaker there for Girard as they had something going.
Yeah, they was kind of offense was moving the football right there, but Prairie View tackling the football here late in the game and was able to just get that one squirted out. How you get along
I'm tangled up like 6 ways from Sunday here. Anyway. Atterbury in at quarterback. Good one in the backfield behind him. They'll put Schwartz in motion. Ball comes out, and the Trojans have it. So sloppy begets sloppy, and Girard gets it right back inside Prairie View territory at about the 47.
Yeah, getting kind of sloppy, like you said, but good job, Trojans right there. Like you said, get a little bit more penetration. And
worst thing about that, Jess, is it stops the clock with 29 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Here, you want me to hold your headset while you put that on?
I need help. I don't know. Here, why don't you just
dress you?
Yeah, just help me out with my wardrobe.
Uh-oh. Now I don't know. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Good thing we're on this side of the camera. Is
Arm
all I got
through the hole. That's right. That was quite the slapstick comedy act there. Blair with it, going around the end, and he's met immediately and will be dropped for a short gain, if anything, on that play. Might give him a yard or not. Yep, 1 yard gain on the play for Levi Blair. My stats are a mess. I'm just going to tell you that. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trojans in a big old hole, 35-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
I mean, Terrell Davis, really? That's your go-to?
That'd be my go-to running back.
There's a long list before that guy. 3 wide in this set for the Trojans, second down and long. Back goes the wrong way. Cullen turns the wrong way, but ends up in the hands of Junior Love. He tries to get around the end. He's across the 45 to about the 42, but that was about as discombobulated as a 4-yard gain could look there, Jess.
Yeah, I don't know if that was – I don't think it was by design.
No, it didn't look like much was by design there. Because Cullen turned one way, Love went another way, and then they just kind of adjusted to each other. Love ended up with the ball. Trojans pick up about 6 there on first down. They'll bring up 3rd down and 4. And really can't have that happen again right here. Cullen in the pistol, Love behind him. Here's the snap. And that one goes to Levi Blair, and he's just blown up in the backfield. And again, instant penetration by that blitzing linebacker from Prairie View, and nobody picks him up coming through that Trojan line. And now looking at a 4th down and long for Girard, and I guess they're in a position here to go for it.
Yep. That was Hunter McCool for the Prairie View Buffaloes that shot at just shooting gaps. I mean, and that's all they're doing is blitzing linebackers and really messing up the flow of our offense.
Cullen back to pass, looking downfield, throws it up, and the catch is made by Gannon Clark out at about the 31-yard line. That'll be enough for a Trojan first down.
I'm not saying someone –
he had time to throw it.
And I'm not saying someone run the wrong route, but we had 2 Trojan defenders. Right. And
it went over the head of Bowen and ended up in the hands of Clark.
Clark just reached up and grabbed it.
They were both operating within the same phone booth, and Clark came down with the catch. Trojans pick up the first down, though. Handoff this time to Love, and he's met immediately. Again, the Trojans can't get any sort of push on that offensive line. And you want to talk about a game being decided in the trenches, this one tonight. At least the Trojan offense has lost the battle in the trenches. The defense, you could talk about open field tackling or whatever, but definitely offensively tonight, that Trojan offensive line just hasn't had much of an answer for the blitzing linebackers from Prairie View.
Yep, and that time, if you would have counted them as they got up, there were 6 black jerseys that got off the top of Junior Love right there. So we're not sustaining our blocks very well either.
Cullen back to pass, trying to get it to Moore, and the double team was coming as Parker Schwartz was rolling out from his linebacker spot to help out the corner there. And that pass out of the reach of Scott Moore, and it brings up a 3rd down and long. Stops the clock with 10:01 left to play third quarter.
That time Cullen probably just rushed his throw. He's been hurried the whole time. But
yeah, well, you don't expect to have any time back there.
He actually had a little time. He could have set his feet and made a little better throw.
That was critiquing the Jets offense earlier this week. I'm like, everything has to be 1-2 throw or it's a sack, and it's kind of been like that tonight for the Trojans if you can get to 2.
I'd like to see him get to 1.5.
Timeout. Trojans, they want to talk it over. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. 10 minutes to play in the game. Trojans down big here at Prairie View. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Ten minutes left to play. Trojans trailing by 29 to the Prairie View Buffaloes. Trojans have the ball 3rd down and long at the Prairie View 31, and they went for it on 4th down last time. We'll see what they do. They can get it here. Moore open for the pass, catches it at the 20, tries to run somebody over at the 10, fighting forward down to the 2, and Scott Moore is still playing hard as the Trojans have it 1st and goal at the Prairie View 2-yard line.
Looks like they're going to go hurry up, so I'm going to hurry up. It's a great pass there by Cole, and Moore didn't try to run over 1. He did run over 3.
Yeah. Oh, there's only 3 of you out here?
Yeah, now they're going to huddle.
Advantage me. All right. Play clock is running. It's down to 15. Trojans need to hurry this process up a little bit as they get up to the line quickly. Now 7 seconds on the play clock. Scott Moore in the Wildcat. He's going to keep it, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. So Moore, 1 receiving, 1 rushing touchdown tonight for the Trojans. And they trail at 35-12, pinning this extra point. Let's see if they go for 2 here. Looks like they might just be keeping the offense on the field, and they are.
Might as well.
Throw caution to this recently rising wind here.
Looks like Scott Moore in the Wildcat, too.
Again, Love in the backfield behind him. Moore's going to keep it, lowers the shoulder, and backs into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And the Trojans trail it 35-14. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Well, Trojans put together a long drive, able to punch it in on a short yardage touchdown run by Scott Moore out of the Wildcat, and then Moore picks up the 2-point conversion, and the Trojans cut the lead to 21 with 9:24 to play in the game. And we talked about how Prairie View doesn't have a lot of numbers. The guys they have are really good, but they don't have a lot of numbers, and if the Trojans can put together some grinding drives, you might start to see fatigue become a factor for Prairie View, but man, they've only got to make it 9.5 minutes.
All right, we got an onside kick coming right here.
And it takes a Trojan hop, but the Prairie View able to field it at about the 10-yard line, or I'm sorry, the 45-yard line. And number 10 was the player who fielded that kick, Elijah Williams. comes up with it for Prairie View, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 45. So if you're Trojans, you're trying to do everything you can to get the ball back and make a game of this, but Prairie View doing just enough on that play to get possession back, and now we're going to see a lot of the run. Here's an end around to Schwartz. Makes a man miss, makes another man miss, out across midfield to the 49. And is there a flag out there somewhere?
Flag down.
And this would be, if it is against the Buffaloes. Nope, it's against Trojans. Never mind. I was going to say it'd be the first call tonight against Prairie View other than an offside. They've played pretty mistake-free football, and that streak continues as this one's a hold against the Trojans on a running play. That's an interesting call. Don't see that one every day, Jess.
Nope. And honestly, the left side was able to contain him and get him turned back in, and they kind of had him stopped for, well, what we're going to call a 5-yard gain. It was a short gain for Schwartz, but nonetheless, big penalty.
1st and 10 now at the Trojan 39. And they hand off to Goodwin right up the middle, and he's going to have about 4 yards there on 1st down to the 36.
Brokaw come in there and make a stop.
The
PA announcer just asked the crowd to give the Buffaloes offensive line a hand. They've earned it tonight. On that line of scrimmage, Jess, you're not supposed to clap for them.
I'm sorry.
We can give them their props on the air, but we don't have to clap. And Goodwin with this one pushes off, leaves Corbin Bowen on the turf after a big stiff arm, and he's going to be tripped up and brought down to about the 26-yard line. Another 1st down for Prairie View, and here we go.
Yeah, Goodwin makes 2 of Bowen, so
yeah, at least.
As Bowen able to make that tackle, kudos to the young sophomore free safety. I'm sure,
like one of us trying to tackle an actual Buffalo, Jess.
I think the train whistle's blowing. Sometimes you get off the track.
That's right. Atterbury under center, fakes the pitch. Now it's coming back the other way. A little counter action. And again, it was Elijah Williams. He's kind of the, change of pace back for him.
But that was Bruning playing cornerback and Bowen playing safety on the tackle right there.
Yeah, Trojans defensive backs have made quite a few tackles tonight.
Which is
not what you want to see against a running team. 2nd down and 2 now from about the 18-yard line of Girard. There's a snap. It's going to go to Schwartz. Cuts up, across the 15, got a 1st down, fights through a couple arm tackles, and down inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal. Buffaloes from that spot.
Yeah, that time just shifty. He's good. I mean, tip your hat off. He's a good running back. This Prairie View team's a good team. Not sure they're 21 points better, but
they are tonight.
They're knocking on door to be even more. So,
and everybody, they're just what they're doing is not fancy, but they do it well. And a lot of times when you look at high school football in Kansas, Holton not fancy, but they do it well. Goodwin has to sidestep in the backfield, stopped his momentum. The Trojans are going to drop him for no gain on the play, and the ball will stay at the 9-yard line and bring up a 2nd down and goal.
Yep, Zach Benzo playing nose guard got a little bit of penetration, caused the running back to sidestep, and there again, the Trojan linebackers able to clean him up for just a short gain right there.
And Goodwin, one of those guys, once he gets his momentum going forward, he's hard to stop, but if you can make him have to change directions, then it's advantage defense. The Trojans able to do it there probably for the first time tonight. Under 6 minutes to play. Trojans trying to keep Prairie View out of the end zone. Here's a quick pitch. And they're not going to get it done as there's your change of pace back. Elijah Williams into the end zone for the touchdown. And Prairie View out in front, 41-14.
And just like we talked about, we blitzed that linebacker that time, and we didn't have any containment as the outside linebacker cut in for the quarterback, and we got a Trojan down on the field.
And when you're getting that kind of production right up the gut offensively, you force the defense to take a chance and start blitzing linebackers, and then that just opens you up in other places. And Prairie View's an experienced and well-coached enough team to know what to do if you're going to start bringing blitzers. Well, the Trojan training staff attending to the injured player. We didn't get a number on it. Don't know who it is. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Okay. The injured player coming off the field is Gannon Clark. Prairie View attempting the extra point. The kick is up, doinks off the upright and in, and it's been that kind of night for Prairie View. The kick is good. Trojans trail at 42-14. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live. Well, Trojans have shown a couple flashes tonight, but if we're going to stick with that analogy, Prairie View has been a blinding light, and they lead it 42-14 here with under 6 minutes to play in the game. Gannon Clark was injured on that touchdown carry by Williams and helped off the field. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he's okay and able to come back into action next week, as the Trojans will welcome in the Anderson County Bulldogs for senior night in Girard. And this is a tough loss, Jess, but even with this loss, Trojans could take care of business next week and make it into the playoffs. And Prairie View sticking with this squib kick. Scott Moore will pick it up at the 20, reverses field, heads out towards the sideline. He's going to be brought down at about the 35, and that's where the Trojans will take over first down and 10.
Yep, let's just save some face right here. Let's go on a 5-minute scoring drive and just take a little pride home on the ride back down 69 Highway to 7.
You're already thinking about the drive home.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was thinking about it at halftime. Cullen in the pistol. Gilmore in the backfield behind him. They'll put Blair in motion. Gilmore hit behind the line. Again, defensive penetration. He's going to lose 2 yards. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 12.
Just no sustaining of the blocks right there.
And they're doing a really good job of guessing on those blitz packages of where the hole's going to be and bringing the linebackers right through that hole.
But when you're blitzing 3 linebackers,
yeah, you're bound to do it.
You're bound to get the right.
Odds are you're going to hit that hole. Scott Moore lined up to the near side, out wide. Cullen gets a snap, and he's dropped in the backfield again. Instant penetration by that Prairie View defense, and the Trojans up front, just no answer for it.
And that time, again, we've seen it all season. Cullen turns the hand off with no running back right there, so he just tucks it and takes
Gets
the
sacked.
loss. Yeah.
And that's probably the 20th or 30th time we've seen that this season, as far as the confusion in the backfield between the back and the quarterback. And something you'd probably like to have cleaned up by the 7th game of the season. 3 wideouts, Cullen back to pass, rolling near side, being pressured, and he's just going to try and do what he can with his feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he was being pressured the entire time as he tried to roll near side, and Josh Goodwin was just standing there waiting for him, and he had to cut it back up inside, and it pretty much killed that play right off the bat. Now the Trojans look like they're going to go for it on 4th and forever from their own 30-yard line.
I don't know what other choice they have. You can give Prairie View the ball down there, or you can give it to them here.
Well, with the amount of penetration they've been getting, I'm not sure the Trojans get a receiver down to the 45-yard line before Cullen needs to let go of that ball, and he does. It's picked off by Schwartz, and he's off and running, and this guy is going to be hard to bring down in the open field, 10-5, and knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line by Levi Blair, and it'll be 1st and goal for Prairie View.
Probably should have punted.
Yeah. In retrospect.
Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yep. Larry Garman's echoing in my head right now, Jess.
Well,
3:16 to play in the game. Prairie View 1st and goal at the Trojan 1-yard line. And night to forget for these Girard Trojans. Let's hope they can shake this one off, get back to business next week, and then hope to never see Prairie View again. Handoff straight up. Nope. Yep, straight ahead. And it was Schwartz who got into the end zone yet again. And Prairie View, did they give him the touchdown there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And the Buffaloes lead it 48-14. They're on to attempt the extra point. And the official's going to stop this one because we want to make this last as long as possible.
Well, he's doinked 2 in. You got offsides Trojans.
That extra yard might throw off the doink.
Yeah, that's why you decline it.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They moved it up.
Yep. I mean, that doink is an exact science, Jess.
Right, he's doinked one off each side, too. He's
just showing his range.
Did it again.
Trojans got offsides again.
Newton's going to do all he can to get in there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Prairie View at this point, the ball's at the 2-foot line. Maybe you go for it here. Go for 2. Nope, they're just going to keep kicking. Clock is stopped and has been for the last 3 minutes, and about 3:14 left to play in the game. Let's see if we can, third time's a charm on this extra point. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, And good. No doink or anything. Prairie View leads at 49-14, 3:14 to play in the game. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
We're having a grammar discussion here. Jess, you bring up an interesting point that you're not entirely sure that the plural of buffalo is buffaloes.
No, I think it's just buffalo.
Kind of like deers.
If you have a whole herd, you don't have a herd of buffaloes. You have a herd of buffalo.
Like I was driving home and 4 deers jumped out of the ditch.
You know.
Well, when you're down 49-14, these are the things that you really start focusing in on. And we have a laser focus on the proper plural conjugation of buffalo. Trojans field this kick at about the 30 out across the 35 and still fighting. And brought down right in front of the Trojan bench by Schwartz. Let's see, I think that was number 5 for the Trojans. Kicker, Jess, you still watching?
Yeah, but
okay.
I couldn't see if it was 5, and it's awfully dark.
I know you're
here.
trying to avert your eyes at times. Just don't look at the scoreboard and everything will be fine.
5 is Briar Schultz. Young Schultz out there with a nice return.
Paid for it. Took a lick from Schwartz at the end of that one. 1st and 10 Trojans at their own 38. Starters still out on the field. Cullen in the pistol. Love behind him. Scott Moore lined up the near side. Handoff straight ahead to Love as he falls forward across the 40 to about the 41. Clock rolling now, under 3 minutes to play in the game.
Jacob Law for the Buffaloes.
Prairie View with no timeouts, Jess. They're not going to be able to stop the clock here.
Good.
Second down and 8 for the Trojans from the 40. Straight ahead to Love didn't have it, and it ends up in the hands of Levi Blair. He fights forward across the 45 to about the 47, so Levi hasn't quit yet.
Good hard run there by Levi.
They'll mark him down at the 46. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 3.
And like you say,
or 2.
In a 49-14 ball game, you just try to. There is a pride factor that comes out, you know. You just want to.
I was just checking our Wi-Fi there, Daryl. We wouldn't want to lose this broadcast. Hate to end this one
now we're
short.
Going to have a delay of game penalty.
Nobody will know what happened. And it is a delay against the Trojans. Stops the clock will continue to run, mercifully. Under a minute and a half to play now in the game. Backs him up 5. It'll make it a 3rd down and about 7 from the Trojan 41.
And the refs, give them some credit. That was at 0, 2 or 3 counts before they finally threw the flag.
Blair in motion. Little handoff straight ahead to Love. And he takes a pretty good shot after a very short gain of about a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down and about 6 for the Trojans.
Yeah, one of the Buffalo had him around the thighs, and somebody come up and cleaned him up high and bent him over at an awkward angle, but he jumped right up. And they're going to have to run at least one more play here. That's Bruning.
Running for his life, and he's given up about 7 yards. And he's brought down at the Trojan 33-yard line. And that's going to be the final play of the game as the Trojans fall for the third time this season, 49-14 to Prairie View. They'll fall to 4-3. Prairie View improves to 5-2. And now Prairie View in the driver's seat in Kansas Class 3A District 2. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the Eastside Cafe postgame show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live. Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the Four States winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Well, Jess, it was the worst of times, and it was the worst of times for the Trojans tonight here against the Prairie View Buffaloes. Bison, Buffalo.
Just the Buffalo, I'm pretty sure.
49-14 anyway is the scores. The Trojans drop this one. This is the Eastside Cafe postgame show brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard, right there on the east side of the square. Proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. And Jess, we didn't get our sack, short stack. I guess we don't get those when our own quarterback gets sacked.
And Prairie View did not attempt a pass. So.
No, they did not attempt a single pass this entire game. In fact, we said earlier they've only attempted 5 all season.
I can
and
see
why would they?
Right, I can see why.
You know, no need to tonight when you're getting 8 yards carry. And they do it well on the ground, and they pretty much trounced the Trojans tonight 49-14. And Girard made some of their own mistakes, but man, you can't chalk this up to your own mistakes.
Nope.
The other team just showed up and beat you, and that's what happened tonight to the Trojans. And you take your hat off to Coach Luttrell and his squad. Well coached, and they executed and came out tonight on top, and there's no two ways about it. No way to sugarcoat that one, as this was just a old-fashioned tail kicking. And unfortunately, the Trojans were on the receiving end of this one tonight, and can't win them all, but you'd like to lose a little closer than this. But take your hat off to the Prairie View Buffaloes. They had about 200 yards of rushing at halftime. I'm sure they finished this game with about 300 yards of rushing. And like Jess said, did not attempt to pass all night. Trojans had some big plays of their own, but not enough. And come up short tonight, and it's a long bus ride home to Girard, and they're going to have to flush this one away and get ready for next week when we welcome in Anderson County for the final game of the district schedule. And the Trojans still have an opportunity to extend the season and go on into the postseason, but they are going to have to get over this one and get back to work next week and practice. And some games, some just didn't go your way some nights. Tonight wasn't their night, and the Trojans are just going to have to chalk it up to that and get back to work.
Right, they just have to right the ship, and you said it best. Sometimes in sports, it's all right to get beat. You know what I mean? There's a difference between getting beat and losing. So when you make a ton of mistakes and you fall to an opponent that you feel that you probably should have been better than, but tonight was not one of those nights. Prairie View come out and could not do anything wrong, and Trojans just seemed to could not do anything right, and the score shows it.
All right, well, we'll step away for a quick break. We'll come back with more of the Eastside Cafe postgame show, put a bow on this one from here in the sticks of Lynn County, and we'll get ready for next week against Anderson County. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Eastside Cafe post-game show. Trojans drop this one 49-14 to the Prairie View Buffalo. Tough loss tonight for the Trojans, pretty much just from start to finish. Prairie View was the better team tonight, and there's no denying that. You take your hat off to Coach Luttrell and his squad and hope that these Trojan boys can shake this one off, get back to work in practice this week because they got another game to play against Anderson County, and then on to the postseason. So you just try and put this one in the rear view, Jess, and keep your focus moving forward.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to put this in the rear view, though.
You know, I think the old quote is history's like an old novel. You know, when you're done with it, just throw it away. This game's over. Throw it away. It doesn't matter.
Right.
This game's never been played. Just come in tomorrow. Coach Philpott says it all the time. We want to be 1-0.
Right.
So we wasn't 1-0 this week. Let's start being 1-0 again next week. And after that, it will start being a single elimination tournament.
Yep. And the Trojans have to bring their focus next week, of course, to take on Anderson County. But once you hit the playoffs, you got to start probably stronger than this team has most of this season. And that'll probably be a point of emphasis in practice, is just getting off to a good start, not digging yourself into a hole. The Trojans were down, 21-0 in this game before they even started putting together drives. And, when you're in that kind of hole to a team that likes to physically dominate, run the clock, things like that, it's just a real hard thing to try and come back. And tonight, Trojans not able to do it. But we do have to come up with a player of the game tonight, Jess, and I think probably leaning towards Scott Moore with his big touchdown reception. He had a rushing touchdown as well, converted a 2-point conversion, recovered a fumble. Pretty solid game for Scott tonight, but, play the game with more than one guy.
Yep.
And the Trojans come up short tonight, but not for lack of effort from Scott Moore, so he'll be our player of the game. Unless you object. Any objections?
Nope.
Objections? Okay. That's seconded and carried. So your player of the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their families. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highways 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Well, I guess we've done everything we were supposed to do, and that's going to do it for us here tonight from Prairie View High School. For Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod throwing the switches, making this thing fly, and Sarah Goebel and her excellent camera work, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.